Greetings to everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain you about the functions of an ecosystem. In an ecosystem, we know there will be an interaction among the biotic and abiotic communities. So that interaction, what type of interaction is there within an ecosystem? That is what the functions. So it majorly includes the matter and energy flow. So if you take that into consideration, here I just listed few of the major functions of an ecosystem. The first thing is it regulates. The ecosystem regulates the nature. One major function is that. And the second function is the production. It can be a primary production or secondary production. The other thing is food transfer. We know that a lot of except the producer, other organisms are depending on either plant or animal for food, so that food dependency is also another function, where in order to describe that food dependence of one organism on the other, we are going to discuss that as food chain, food web, and tropical structure. And even we are going to cover the topic ecological pyramid in detail. We'll discuss in our continuation in the video. And the other function is that energy flow. Energy can be transferred from the nature to the different organisms in different forms. That energy flow is a driving force to the ecosystem to work, the work done by the ecosystem. And then other function is the nutrient cycling. We know that food is transferred from the nature to the different organisms and then along with the food, nutrients are also moving uh, within the ecosystem from the nature to the different types of living organisms, and from the living organisms ultimately into the nature. That is what the nutrient cycling. So that is also another major function. Let's start with the topic tropical structure now. Tropical structure means here we represent all the organisms together in a definite manner based on their population size and the interaction. We represent them in a systematic way. That representation is what called as a tropical structure, and each food level is called as a tropical level. If you take this the tropical level or tropical structure, we represent the producers at the bottom as a level 1, and next we represent the primary consumers, means herbivores, as level 2, and then secondary consumer, and then tertiary, and it just goes on to the top consumers or top carnivores. So each level is called as a tropical level. And in food chain, in order to discuss the food chain, we should understand the tropical levels. What are the tropical levels in the food chain we have? Every food chain will start with the producer. That is a level 1, means tropical level 1. So every living organisms requires energy to survive. And that energy, the major source of energy, is the sunlight that we know, that drives all the living organisms and all the ecosystem. And based on the solar energy, using the solar energy, plants are synthesizing their own food by a process called photosynthesis, and that energy is stored in the plant, utilized for its growth, and then the other organisms are consuming the plants as their own food. They are getting the energy. So the sequence of eating and being eaten by other organisms is what called as a food chain. There's a simple sequence I just represented: grass, rabbit, and then fox. And there are two types of food chains based on what is the producer. Based on that chain, whether the chain includes only that grazing food chain, or else is there any detritus organism or saprotrophic organisms are included in the chain. Based on that, we classified the food chains into two categories. One is grazing food chain and detritus food chain. Grazing food chain is what it started with a normal grass or any living plant, and then it just continues in the order that herbivores, and then secondary consumers and tertiary consumers, and then top consumer. Again, grazing food chain is of two types based on uh, which type of sequence we come across with that. So they are predatory and parasitic. Predatory means smaller is consumed by the larger. That is what the predatory. And the best example is crop fields. We have field mice, and that is consumed by the owls. That is the predatory food chain. Or else, if you take a grasshopper, frog, snake, and that sequence, just smaller to larger, the food chain is consumed is in a sequence of small animals to the larger animals. That is predatory food chain. Parasitic food chain means it ends with the parasites. Parasites are the small living organisms. So it just starts with the producer and then consumer, and on the consumer there are a number of parasites which depends for food. Such type of chain is called as parasitic food chain. And what is detritus or saprophytic food chain? They start with the dead organic part. It can be the producer, but it is a dead organic part. The best example you can take a leaf litter in a forest is consumed by different types of fungi and bacteria, and that in turn consumed by other organisms. Since the source of energy is not directly the living plant, we consider this as a detritus food chain because it is a dead organic matter which is a major source of food for the fungi or bacteria. Here I just represented the basic two types of food chains, which is grazing and detritus. So grazing includes, it starts with the basic difference is what is the starting material. Here the starting material is living producer. Here it is a fallen leaf, means dead leaf. The sequence it just continues same way, primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer, but the starting material is different. Starting producers are different. And then what are food webs? So as I told, the food chain is the sequence of eating and being eaten by. If for suppose if one organism has only one preference for its food, then if by any means that organism got extinct, then the other sequences, other levels, other topical levels, successive topical levels will be affected because of their extinction. So in order to maintain that balance in the nature itself has that interconnected food chains. It's like a matrix, and that interconnection of food chain is called as a food web. Basically, it maintains a balance in the ecosystem. Though one of the organisms got extincted, the other successive levels will not be affected by their extinction. That's what the food web main function is. This is what one of the food web I can represent. I'm not going to just read out this. You can look at this image. So each one organism has different sources of food. Rabbit is not only consumed by uh, wildcat, it can also be by other organisms also. There's another sequence, food web. There's also one of the thing. It's in soil ecosystem. And then because of food web, as I told, we can maintain balance in the ecosystem, and any other organisms extinction will not affect other organisms, other successive levels. So let's discuss about the ecological pyramids. The ecological pyramids we discuss in the next video. Thank you.